We are now video casting along with podcasting, so you can hear us, you can see us, you can talk to us.
Sound like a TV show.
We will be talking about the Coaches Roundtable.
And I see half of a game here, half of a game there, because I want to get eyes on these teams that we're ranking.
You ready for the music?
Am I ready for the music? Yeah, go ahead. Play the music, John. Cue the music.
Ready when you are.
Okay. Welcome into another episode of The Extra Point. John, the extra point, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm telling you what, if you don't score extra points, you're not winning games, are you?
Nope, you're not.
And guess what's coming?
What's coming?
The football season, baby. It is on us.
I thought
it is going to be here before you know it.
It's only March, isn't it?
Yeah, March. Yeah. Yeah, it's marching right towards us really quick. It's, you know, really, we are only, 7 weeks away from the first practice?
Yeah.
Holy whip! We're ready for, are you ready for some football, people? Because
we're ready.
We're ready.
Ready or not.
Okay, hey, we've got some guests here, John. Do you want to introduce them?
Go ahead.
I ran out of money. I couldn't buy another valve. But I've got Andy Ortgiesen and Sale.
Yes.
Say your last name.
Fonotisatele.
Yeah, I couldn't buy
sir.
another valve. Sorry, bro.
That's all good.
No disrespect.
It's all good. It's all good.
You know, these guys are from Fremont. And last year was their first year here in the Ute Conference. And they've done some incredible things. Their teams, I was out at many of their games last year watching how they competed. You know, as you know, coming from another conference many years ago, we do it on a different level, don't we, John?
Yes, we do. Completely different. I didn't get to see them last year, but we kind of gave them an easier start, didn't we?
We did. We gave them an easier. We didn't know what. We didn't want them overwhelmed. We didn't want them.
We didn't mind it. I didn't mind that start.
We didn't know where to start. So it was good.
But it's one of the things that people don't really realize is we have adopted a scenario here in the Ute Conference where we've kind of under high school boundaries. We don't want you recruiting coaches. High school boundaries, we have the ability to have our own super league within our own super league team within our own community under a high school boundaries, plus have recreational teams over here and get people playing on their own level. There's been a lot of work that has gone into this, a lot of time. How many hundreds of spreadsheets, John?
Oh, my goodness. I don't know. I don't know. The stuff we put in, it's hours and hours.
And you guys think we are crazy because we're keeping stats and data on 8, 9, 10-year-old kids. And that's because we don't want 40-point blowouts. They don't work. We want the best teams playing the best teams, the next level playing the next level, all the way down. We want kids having an opportunity. I don't care who wins or loses. I've said that 100 times. I care about kids having the opportunity to grow and love the game of football like we love the game of football. Mm-hmm. And I don't care who you are, football's king right now. We were a basketball state. We're now a football state. And so, Andy, Sully,
yeah,
welcome to the Ute Conference.
Thank you. Thank you. Excited to be here.
We are happy to have you.
It was great.
We're happy you called us. And, you know, we love expanding. You know, we don't want to expand and cause other people problems. But you guys are kind of in a little bit of a fight up there. A lot of misinformation going on.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. A lot of, about a month or so ago, you had a city council meeting. And I know, Andy, you both have been in there. You've talked to the mayor. You've talked to the Parks and Rec directors. And you're dealing with, in Fremont, you're dealing with Plain City, West Haven, and one other.
Far West.
Far West. 3 cities. So let me put that in perspective for everybody down here. Brighton would have Sandy, Cottonwood Heights, and Midvale kids. So if we were playing under municipalities down here, which we're not, we would have kids coming from all different directions by the time they hit the high school. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah, that's actually what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I think the only one we would have, no, we wouldn't. Well, Murray. I think Murray would be the only district in the Ute Conference that would just be Murray, because Murray city limits are Murray School District. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So everybody else has multiple cities funneling into their high school programs just like up north. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I'm going to say this, I'm going to get in trouble. Sorry, politicians. I believe football's a different animal, and we should be doing it on our basis, not at the government level. I think football is too dynamic. There's too many variables to be run as a recreation department. You can have your junior jazz, you can have your recreation baseball, but you don't even have Super League. You don't even have the best playing baseball anymore because of the Super Leagues. Mm-hmm. So football needs to be run at our level. So, Andy, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah.
Tell us about some of your conversations with the mayor, and I only want you to just tell these people up in northern Utah kind of what you're experiencing.
Yeah, definitely. First of all, for all the reasons you started out with, is the reason that we decided to come to the Ute Conference. We wanted the kids to have a great experience, be able to play together. All the kids that grow up together, not just in the little city, but the kids are friends with kids around the community, right? So that was the main reason we wanted them to come. We wanted to have an experience of being able to play at their level as well. And we didn't know what that was, and so we were glad that how we started out and how we ended. We were able to move to a different level halfway through the year, which we loved. It was great for the kids. They had a lot of fun. So last year we kind of just took a test drive, right? It was just two teams. Solly and I had our team, then there was one team older. So we didn't really involve the community too much. We said, hey, we're doing this. For those that want to come. But we didn't really advertise. We didn't really talk to the mayor last season.
And we still had how many kids?
We still had 50.
48,
Yeah,
49,
50
50
right on there.
kids.
Yeah.
We had two teams. We
teams.
had a Pee Wee team and a Mighty Mite team.
Yep.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so for you guys up north, that is a 10-year-old team and an 11-year-old team.
Right.
With some Y-ups or Z-downs, so on and so forth.
Yes, exactly.
That's our rules for older but lighter and younger but want to play next stage up.
Exactly. But then the off season, so as soon as November hit, there was a lot of, we decided to put up a website. We started to talk to more people that had seen what we had done in the community with football. And so we started to field a lot of questions. And so at that point, we went full bore on advertising, talking to other parents, other kids. And then I started to engage the mayor, and I educated him on what the difference was. He's a great guy. He's been in our community a long time, since he was a kid. He played for Plain City when he was younger. And so I had conversations over the holiday. I said, hey, John, his name's John Beasley. Here's what we did. Here's the experience we had. And here's how I think it'll benefit kids for football that love football and want to learn to love football, and also how it'll benefit the community. And so we started those conversations around Thanksgiving, Christmas time, and had periodic conversations through the beginning of winter, which rolled into having us come to city council in the early spring.
So in that city council meeting, you both presented.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Solly, tell us about your experience at the city council.
Well, I think before I get there, I'd like to just kind of touch on why we were so passionate about taking this full bore and going through it, because of the experience that we had. It was something we didn't expect. We appreciated the format. We loved the ability to play with groups at our own level. I mean, everything about the Ute Conference that we heard about, we experienced it, and we felt.
Except for scoreboards.
Except for scoreboards.
And guess what?
Hopefully that's going to be here next year.
Oh, no, look right over there. You guys
Okay.
can't see it, but
Scoreboards.
I got pallets of scoreboards, baby. They're coming this
So
year.
it wasn't like we wanted to shout this from the mountaintops because we had such a positive experience. And everything that we were bringing, it wasn't to degrade what was currently there. It was that we found something that we absolutely love. We've both been in football for our entire lives. And we thought we were sharing a message that people would want to hear. So Andy did a great job fielding questions from parents in the off season, and we set up a meeting. And when we got there, things went according to plan for a little while. We had our opportunity to not just talk about the cost and the city and the difference between there, but we had an opportunity to talk about the athletes, because we're athlete-centric. It's players first. We want the kids in Plain City, Far West, and West Haven to love the game, because the game gave so much to us, and we want to pay that forward. The game gave us friendships, it gave us brotherhood, it gave us lifetime friends that we'll always have, and we want to take that message. So we were able to set up some time with the city council, and they gave us time to present costs, the cost analysis, the benefits, everything that we loved, and it went really, really well for the majority of the meeting.
But then it didn't go well. And so you guys probably don't know this, but I was watching and listening to this whole meeting.
I did not know that.
I did
not know that.
I had one of our other presidents there who was Zooming it because I couldn't make the trip up, but I wanted to see what's going on up there and get a flavor for it. And then when it didn't go well, what happened?
We didn't know, but the mayor thanked us for a presentation. We answered questions the city council had, put that to rest. I sat back down, and the mayor had asked, does anybody else have any questions? And the David Steierman, the head of WFL, was there, which we didn't know he was there. Came to the front room and had an opportunity to kind of refute, if you want to call it that, or debate the things that we had said, which isn't, as you know, in a city council meeting, that's not typical, right? We had the agenda.
Generally, you have to apply to get on the agenda and have your own. You have your own time. It's not a forum for debate.
Right. And so he sat up there and said a bunch of things, right or wrong. A lot of things were false. But what really kind of sat bad with us and anybody else that was present from our teams was that we didn't get the chance to really say, hey, that's not right. The things you're saying is incorrect, and kind of undid a few things that we were trying to accomplish, at least in that presentation.
But before we go any further, we're about football.
For sure, 100%.
And if kids are playing football, I don't care whose conference they're in.
100%.
We want them playing football. We just feel like we might have a little bit better product. We might be given, because, we had this conversation before we started today, and Sully made the comment to me, we want to prepare them for high school. Mm-hmm. No, I want to give them the best experience while they're 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, that they love this game so much that they can't get enough of it, and we want to fill those sidelines in high school.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Because of the experience they had here. It all starts here. It all starts with our coaching. It all starts with the parity in the play. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't mean all teams are created equal. You saw that last year.
Definitely, right.
Yeah,
okay?
we witnessed that. We witnessed that firsthand.
But we want the kids having the best possible experience. So what is it you want to set straight? Sully, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah, I think there's a couple things. There's a rumor going around that Andy's paid by the Ute Conference. That is the furthest from the truth.
Oh my gosh! Hold it, John.
There was.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Rex, are you listening?
Oh my goodness.
For some odd reason,
I'm paid by the Ute Conference. I'm paid. There's two of us, 2 full-time employees. John is paid by the Ute Conference, working the social media aspect of the conference. There is 3 of us that do everything. Mm-hmm. You guys are all volunteers.
100%.
100%.
There is no kickbacks. There is nothing. Because do you know that we've eliminated 11 boards over the last 10 years for improper use of money? Okay? They're not paid. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
So I think that was rumor number one that Andy was paid. This is a labor of love for us. We do it because we believe, and again, the current platform that Plain City has, we just love that there's a platform. And again, whether it's whether you like this or you like that, we love that there's a platform. We believe that this offers more than the current platform, and that's all we were trying to communicate in the city council meeting. However, that got turned into a debate for some reason. So that's item number one I think we need to bring up, is that I'm not paid and Andy's not paid. Number two,
none of your coaches are paid.
I mean, we are paid in love and handshakes. We are paid in high fives and
I'm going to tell you
fist
what,
bumps.
Until this job, my favorite thing, because I did it for 30 years, my favorite thing was being invited to farewells.
Yeah, 100%.
Weddings, and seeing kids in the store. I'm going to tell a quick story.
Dude.
One of my favorite, I'm out at my granddaughter's soccer game 2 springs ago. And I'm looking out there, and there's this kid out there coaching these bunch of kids, and he's a kid, he's a dad, he's coaching, and I'm going, man, he looks familiar. Man, he looks familiar. Game gets over, and he comes running over, and he jumps on me. Hey, coach! It was Ryan Lee. I coached Ryan when he was 11 and 12. That was my pay.
100%.
That's cool.
That.
Yeah,
I got goosebumps now because you love these kids. You push these kids, and you make them better people, and they learn life lessons here. But the pay, it's a labor of love. I get paid now, but I didn't get paid for 30 years of it.
Yep. So one of the other misconceptions that I believe that was communicated was the athletes themselves it doesn't matter if they put on a Fremont jersey when they're younger. One of the comments that were made is that nobody cares what jersey you wear as long as you're playing the game. And that couldn't be further from the truth. The fact that our boys had similar jerseys to the high school, and they wore those jerseys to the home games, and they wore them to and it was one of these things where it was like that really mattered to our kids, that they had the ability to have the same number as their favorite high school player, and they wore the same jerseys. A comment was made that it doesn't matter where you play. So there was no difference to playing Mountain Ridge and Roy, because in our league, you play the same 7 teams every year. They didn't get to see what we saw. We played Bingham, we played Mountain Ridge, we played Wasatch, we played Bountiful, we played Grantsville. And there was a comment made that experience at a younger level doesn't do you any good to get to your high school, which couldn't be further from the truth. Seeing that, being able to coach against that, being able to see the talent and see what other teams are doing, how they game plan, other than the same 7 teams, that really sat wrong with me, because one of the things that we absolutely loved was playing Bountiful's A team, playing Grantsville's A team, playing Mountain Ridge. I mean, to see Cypress, the coaching and the number of kids. I mean, we played Cypress. I've never seen a line bigger than Cypress. So, shout out to Winston, who's my boy. Shout out to Winston. And
Winston's nobody's boy.
That's my man, Winston. Don't let him get you, dog.
Nobody's boy.
I got you, Winston. But at the end of the day, my boys got to see what it was like to go against these big, and they loved it. And we just don't get to see that. So those were some of the things that I wanted to
But here's the thing. You may play a schedule this year and not see any of those teams.
100%. And we'll see a whole new round of teams that we've never seen before.
That's great.
There are teams, John's been at Westlake for years. There are teams, John, you probably still haven't played.
Yeah.
Well, I love this. So when you did the bracket, we noted, like in Pee Wees, there was 58 teams in the Pee Wee division last year. And so to Solly's point, in the current platform up north, the teams in that age group, they're lucky to maybe see 7 to 8 teams every year, and they're the same teams. They just play each other year over year, right?
So you're gonna play Roy. You're gonna play.
Do they have the same coaches every year too?
Same coaches,
because that's what down south.
Yeah, you don't see anything different.
You see the exact same teams, exact same coaches,
same competition
every single
year. And so I think that was a misconception I wanted to clear up too. That it does matter. I think it does matter that the boys that really want to play and learn football, one, that they're on the appropriate level of team for their skill. And if they're not there yet, that there's another team that they can go to develop. And I think that conference is trying to do that, which I don't think it's going to work for them.
Well, okay. And guys, I'm looking at the numbers right now. And you guys have over 100 kids already signed up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and we are June 1st.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just share this with you. You guys are saying 5 teams. We're in past years, 30% of our signups came after the first day of practice. So if you're at 100 kids right now, practice doesn't start till July 25th. That would mean you were going to be at 130. Well, you've just added another team.
Yeah.
Maybe
that would be
maybe
awesome.
2 teams.
That's great.
I
That's
think
great news.
you guys are going to be.
Signups are
Once
just
people
starting
see
up.
your smiling faces, I can't imagine not wanting my kid to play for
Good
you
point.
guys.
That's
We just need coaches too. So
But you know what? Here's the deal. If the kids come, the coaches will follow.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If the kids come, the coaches will follow. They may not be the best coach, but if the kids come, I could see you guys going 8, 9 teams this year.
Oh, that'd be awesome. We would love that.
Okay?
We would love that.
And parents, don't fight the fight. Jump on the bandwagon. These guys got it. Because we have, no, you may not have all white helmets and all white face masks. We got supply chain issues out there. But again, unlike a lot of other organizations, I got Vicky right up there working the controls, working the manufacturers, working the vendors to keep us playing football. We've had, in the last 2 days, 100 boxes of uniforms dropped off here.
wow.
Okay? So, you got a kid that wants to play? You sign him up. ucfootball.org. And I'm going to tell you, we'll find a place. We'll find equipment. We want your kids playing. And coaches, parents, don't say, oh, Andy's going to do a great job with my kid. Get off your couch. Blow your whistle.
That's
Let's get on it.
That's a great thing to your point, Jeff. Like we started doing we understand that coaching can be daunting. And Solly's kind of taken that bull by the horns, and we've set up monthly coaching clinics for any coach, not just our district, but for any coach that coaches football, loves football, to come and join us in learning a specific topic for that month about coaching, so they feel more confident. Because we feel like we're coaching to make kids better, but we also want to make coaches better so they can make kids better.
But we
Better
want to
good
make
choices.
coaches better.
Yeah.
We didn't go away from USA Football. We told USA Football we didn't like their curriculum. We didn't like that it took 8 hours.
That did take a long time.
Okay? we build our own curriculum this year.
Yeah, it's been good.
And guess what? It's not perfect. It will be better next year and the year after and the year after.
And I think that's what we love about this conference is that there is great awareness of some deficiency in something. It's not just the same thing. What we've seen from you and John and the leadership here is that you guys will pivot. You will find a better product. You will find a better process. You will find a better manufacturer. And we've taken...
Not better. Not always better. For instance, I mean, Nike of all companies all of a sudden tells us we're not doing footballs this year. We've had to pivot midstream. Oh, we got footballs coming.
But to your point, though, that's exactly, you guys have the flexibility to pivot quickly and make sure that we have everything that we need. That's one of the reasons why we've been such a big fan of the organization and the structure. You're real people. We can call you when we have concerns. If there's, if it's concerns about refs or fields, everybody here is
Everybody
willing
has
to
concerns
listen.
about the refs.
True, but everybody here
But
will listen to us. It's not just speaking our frustrations out to the ether and nobody gets back to us.
Okay, what else do you want to set the strip? We only got a couple minutes left here. We are under the producer's thumb of John Thunder Halliburton.
Yeah.
And, we'd hate to see those lights go dark on us.
No, although I think the one thing that I do want to say and set straight is that it's not us, me and Solly, or the Ute Conference against the city football up there. It wasn't meant to be that. If that was a message that was perceived by parents in the community or however it came across, I apologize if that's how it came across. I'll be the first to admit if I did something wrong. We just really wanted to bring our passion to a community that's passionate about football. Because Plain City, it is. They fill the stands at Fremont. Everybody goes to those games on Friday. We just wanted to make football and heighten football to another level. And we feel like to compete in the state eventually, we want to make it better for all kids and get more kids playing and keep those numbers up. And so that's all the message was. And we hope that parents that are thinking about either joining that league or our league will give us a shot. Let us, show them what Ute Conference is all about and have fun doing it.
Yeah, play the game. We just want kids playing the game, man. So we love the game.
I couldn't have said it better if we wanted. We want kids playing the game. We want kids loving the game of football. We want to be the rock that football can stand on.
That's a fact.
That's what we want to be. But we don't want to be so big, so inflexible that we can't pivot, we can't move, we can't adjust. And sometimes we have to adjust on the fly. We're a big organization. Not everybody agrees with us. We're okay with that because not everybody runs the same offense. They don't make Fords and Chevys and Hondas and Toyotas because everybody agrees on the same make or model. So these guys are the real deal. We're happy to have them on our team. And I want them to know, if they don't already feel it. I mean, they've already mentioned a couple coaches by name. They're part of the brotherhood. People don't realize. We want you knocking heads on Saturday.
Yeah.
But when that game's over, we want hugs, we want handshakes, we want high fives, we want coaches loving coaches. Because that translates to kids loving the game of football. That's what we're about. That's what these two are about. And sign up today, ucfootball.org. Go get your money back. Join the train because the train's left the station, and these guys are going to be a force to be reckoned with.
We're growing.
We're growing. Yeah. 48, 49, 50 kids, 100 kids on June 1. We're going to be 150 plus kids in Fremont. We're going to have 10 teams at Syracuse. We're going to have 8 to 9 teams at Clearfield. Ogden's going to have a team or two.
Shout out to Farmington, who's doing big things.
Farmington's going to have
Thurber.
10, 12 teams. Northridge, all of a sudden, is taking off.
I heard that. That's great.
So, guys, we love the game of football. These guys love the game of football. Okay, UCTV, ucfootball.tv starts now. You can go on there. Our coaches certification is live. If you have a problem, hit the support. Boom, it's on the right-hand side. Hit support. Marcus would love to talk to you. They would love to talk to you. Classy till kickoff. Moms, you gotta watch this show. Have you heard of Classy till kickoff?
Just barely.
Oh my goodness. We have 3 presidents that are all female. Yeah, they know what gender they are. They're all female, and they sit here from a mom's perspective. What are you laughing at, John?
Boy, he's
Oh, you gotta have some fun.
Yeah.
oh man.
They sit here from a mom's perspective of playing football in a man's world.
I'll have to check that out. I haven't seen that yet.
It is awesome. We've got Amber from Harriman, we got Priscilla from Granger, and Amanda from Brighton, and they did 2 episodes last night. Oh man, they're spectacular
That'll
together.
be fun.
That's awesome.
It is.
Suit them up and Jeff up, and they're going to tackle Jeff.
Get ready.
Nice. You better look out.
Get ready. I heard Amber's a killer.
Get the chiropractor on the
My
phone.
girl a killer.
Gosh, John, you are so mean to me. Coaches, get certified.
Get it done.
It's up. It's live.
Yes, sir.
Coaches in Fremont, get your butts on the phone. Send some emails to these guys saying, hey, I want to coach. Let's get this thing done. Guys, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Appreciate
Appreciate
it.
the
Thank
time.
you for
Thank you.
having us.
Thanks,
Been
Sean.
fun.
Or, well, thank you for joining
what
us.
you meant.
Sean's got me all flustered over there. I don't know how he does it. Okay, this is the Extra Point. Jeff Gorange, Ute Conference. We're out.
This conversation is now over.